Hey guys, it's been a long. Hey guys, it's been a long time since I've last shot something, and my apologies. This is because I'm still a student. Yes, so I have a lot of schoolwork to do, and I don't have enough time to catch up with my updates and all. But um, my beetle collection have grown since the last time I've uh made an update on my Dorcas Hoppipinodilus breeding box, and this is what happened. It was really hellish. I mean, the smell is disgusting, and there was no eggs inside. So unfortunately, they didn't breed. The breeding was not successful. But hey, I mean, look at that. We found ourselves the female, and she's still alive and well after 4 weeks of not eating. So I'm gonna start giving her jelly, and she's gonna start eating, and well, I guess we can try again. I mean, these guys got lifespan of 2 years, so it's just the first year. Hopefully, next time we start again, they're gonna succeed. Because these guys have a special gene called YG, as I've mentioned before. So I really want to try breeding these guys. They are pretty special, so yeah. Well, yes, nothing. And that's pretty disappointing. I mean, here are they. Um, these guys are my Dorcas Hoppipinodilus. I don't know what they're doing, but I think they're cuddling or something. I don't know. But this one's a male, and they've gotten a lot stronger since compared to the last year. Look, I can't even make them come out. It's just crazy how strong they've gotten. So I'm not gonna bother to get them out. Just gonna let them stay there for a while. Okay, so let's start with our dried specimens then. Here I have some very exotic beetles. So 4 of them are actually really rare, and we got some other rare beetles coming up. The blue one and this bluish green are the Prima Dolphines from Indonesia. So is this orange green one. These are very common beetles in Indonesia, but the color blue is less common. So the price of the color blue is actually a lot higher. And here I have my Dorcas sudaxi from Thailand, a very rare species. And one of the reasons is because these guys are so tiny, they're super hard to find. I mean, they're around not 2 to 3. Yeah, approximately 3 to 4 centimeters in length. And we're talking about just the body. So moving on to the next one. This is my Proxipicoilis oweni. And this is actually a local beetle that I caught here near my school. And very interesting species. It's actually a pretty decent size for a wild species. These guys can grow up to 5 to 6 centimeters. And this one right here is actually 53 millimeters, and it's a wild caught. So imagine if you gave it some proper soil and substrate to eat when it was still a larvae. It could grow up to a pretty large size. Alright, this one is another special beetle from Japan. This guy is Dorcas rectus rectus. Yes, and it's also a very rare beetle. And I got this guy 2 years ago in a shop from Osaka, and very lucky I found this species. Always wanted to keep them. Unfortunately, the breeding didn't go well because these guys are pretty hard to breed, and you have to be quite experienced to be able to successfully breed these guys. Here I have a Homodurus melli. Homodurus melli is also a very nice species, and you may ask, where did the body go? So one day I was making the specimen, right? And I accidentally dropped the body, and the wings were destroyed, and everything was gone. The legs were all separated, so I only kept the upper half because it's the only thing that looks nice now. On to the next one. This guy is my Dorcas reiche. Dorcas reiche is also from Indonesia. Very rare, not commonly seen. You can see that horn right there is actually very nice. We're going to compare this with other Dorcas species later. Right here I have and a live Dorcas species, my Dorcas hoppypinodilus, and you can see why they're so special. These shapes, these details in the horn coming out, these smaller horns is what makes it so special. Alright, now we're going to move on to some live beetles. Oh wait, no, we still got some more. Okay, so this is a creative piece that I did. And you can tell it's a creative piece because, you know, the whole atmosphere is different within this container. Here's my Cyclomatus lunifer. This is definitely one of the rarest beetles I've ever gotten on my hands. Actually, one of the rarest in the hobby, not to mention. They're in fact so rare that experts in breeding still has difficulties with breeding this species because we still don't know much about this species. Although it's from the Cyclomatus familia, they have pretty similar breeding techniques and requirements. It's still a very hard species to breed, and nonetheless, I failed. Here we have my little Liocles australasi, the dude that passed away unfortunately. This is actually my first scorpion. You can see the body's not that nice because it's my first time preserving scorpions and dry preserving them, and didn't go too well. Had a bit of mold, so I had to use a lighter and just burn it off quickly, and this is what happened. Although it did burn off the mold, it left quite some scars on the actual body itself, and you can see it's bent backwards because of the heat. But I'm still gonna keep it because it's nice to have memories and stuff, you know. Here's some flowers, and this is actually an incomplete container because I'm planning to add some more beetles around here and put some grass, hopefully some grass underneath, fake grass, and it's gonna look really nice. This right here is a very rare species that I wanted to talk about. This is actually not what they are supposed to look like. Their horns can grow bigger, but because these are wild caught, you know, the nutrition they get from the wild is of course not as much as they could get from captive breeders because we use professional soil and substrate for the larvae to eat. So these guys are actually way smaller than what they could actually be. These are Trichogomphus simpson, and they are very, very rare Scarabidae beetles. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to keep this for as long as I can because I really do love these guys. These guys are really special to me. I got these guys from my first trip to Malaysia, went to visit a beetle shop over there. Unfortunately, I don't really remember what that beetle shop is called because it's quite a long time now. It's a few years already, and that's unfortunate, but I still have these guys. And these guys are definitely the best souvenir I've gotten from my first Malaysia trip. Right there you have my Brachypelma albiceps molt. We can move that aside because we're going to be talking about beetles today. Here is the Cyclomatus lunifer female. She, I haven't started preserving her yet, stretching her arms out and, you know, doing all that stuff. But you can see it's in really nice condition. Everything's still intact. Still has nice colors to it. Nothing's loose. Really nice lower body. You can see the green and the yellow and the gold shine on the legs especially. So that's very nice. I'll put it back now. These are local scarab beetles. Very local. You see them every year. These guys, especially during spring, which is around May or April. And here I have a Cyclomatus metallifer finnae female. Nothing special. These guys are wood that could get rid of parasites and smell. Yeah, because when you preserve these guys, you have very, very strong bad smell. So you need something that could get rid of humidity. That's the first thing you don't want. Zero humidity. You want it to be super dry, which is why I added some wood flakes and some of these wood balls into it. Now we're going to move on to our live beetles. I'm telling you, this is actually gonna be so exciting. Okay, this guy aside, we're gonna start off with these new stuff I got recently. So I got 6 beetles right here. You can see one right there already. And what's special about these guys is they're all from Taiwan. So right here I have my Prosopicoilus
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
astacoids, Prosopicoilus astacoids Blanchardi. Yeah, Blanchardi. These guys have really long scientific names.
Bruh.
Okay. Okay, next one. These guys are also from the Prosopicoilus familia. These are Prosopicoilus Motschulski, something like that. Motschulski. It's like a weird name. And you can see he's starting to produce some waste, which means he's ready to go and he's ready to eat. These guys are newly born, and when they newly come out of their pupation stage, what's going to happen is they don't eat. They still fast. They continue to fast until their body has hardened and grown mature. That's when they start fasting, and you can tell by adding some tissues in. And when you see scratches on tissues like that, and some waste like that, you know they're ready to come out and start eating. Eating's the first step, and once they're happy with their lifestyle and they've gotten used to their lifestyle, that's when breeding comes into the next stage. Anyway, let's jump straight into our first one, our Prosopicoilus astacoids blanchardi. Here I have my very beautiful Prosopicoilus astacoids blanchardi. Very big, very active, ready to start eating now. And these guys are very fascinating. You can see they look like they have 4 horns and 4 mandibles, but they actually have 2. These 2 on top are not eyes, by the way. These are not horns either. These are just things sticking out of their head. And those are his eyes, antenna. You can see he's climbing up my arm. And hang on a second. Okay, now that we're done with the male, here's the female. Not mature yet, but almost there. Here is my Prosopicoilus Motschulski female. I have 2 of these females and 2 of these males. So right here I got 2 females, 2 males. 2 males are over there. These 2 are females. The females are a lot bigger than the last one, the Prosopicoilus astacoids. And yeah, that's about it. Nothing too special about these guys. They're like the common stag beetles that you always see. So I'm going to move them aside now. You see, that's also an indication of maturity, meaning that she's also ready to eat. Oh yeah, and by the way, this is my new setup. This is my new table. So I'm going to start filming my videos on this table from now on. Because it's, you know, I have a lot more space on this table than the other one. Time for the best. Here are my 2 male Prosopicoilus Motschulskis. One is more to the black side, the other one's more to the red side, and I believe that this one's more, yeah, this one's definitely more red. You can't really see it, but I promise you, if you are here right now and you're looking at this with your own eyes and not through this camera, you can see how red this guy actually is. It's like so red. But because of the lighting, you can't really tell. Oh, there we go. I turned on the brightness. There we go. You can see it's so red. It's like that brownish red, that dark red. It's a very nice color. Almost reminds you of red wine. And this one's slightly red, more to the dark side. You can see the body is completely black, but this one has a red body. These two are very nice beetles, and I'm going to start a breeding project on both of these species, my new Taiwanese species. And I have some good news for you guys. Obviously, when you have bad news, you also need to have some good news. Good news is, I have here my Cyclomassus metallifer pupas and pre-pupation stage. So I've just aligned them according in order. This is the one closest to becoming an adult, and this one right here is still a larvae. And the reason why I could tell it's in pre-pupation stage and not still in larval stage is because if you look closely, the skin is actually very transparent. And the skin has all dried up and shrunk. And you can see it's really wrinkly. Very wrinkly. And this is a sign of pre-pupation stage. Hold on, my camera's not working. There we go. Yes. So that's how I know it's in pre-pupation stage. And so we're just going to leave it inside this cell. You must keep them in the cell. You can't just leave them out because they need this round sort of structure to support them when they start molting. The reason why I've taken out of their natural cell is because the natural cell is made out of soil and substrate, so it's not as sturdy as these ones where you can observe. And so if something happens, like let's say for example you were wiping the table and you moved this box and the substrate all fell down on the pupa, that wouldn't be good. Plus you can't see them, which is why I recommend you guys, if you guys breed beetles, keep them in an artificial cell made out of tissue, made out of anything, natural substance, so they won't die, and so that you could observe them. And you can see this one right here is still really transparent. You can almost see through the pupa. So this is actually a freshly molted pupa. Right there is the skin. I still haven't taken it out for the concern of safety. But this one I've taken out the larvae skin already because you can see it's already started to develop some eyes and it's not as transparent as that one. This one is actually transparent. You can see the horns, the mandibles still see through. But this one is not. This one's completely white and it's developed eyes. So that's my good news. Here is my Silotroops Gideon larvae. I have a pair of these guys. Just got them recently. And I'm going to try and see if I could find the larva. Here's the larva. Definitely not small. I mean, yeah, definitely not small. This is in L3 stage now, so you got to give it the best substrate you have at home. Because the L3 stage is the stage that's perfect for growth, and if you want them to get bigger and if you want them to become bigger, you got to give them really good quality substrate when they become when they come into L3 stage. That's the key to getting larger sized beetles. Now I'll put them inside now. This is a male. I'm not going to get the female out because I don't want to make a mess. And we're going to move on to the next one. So here's my Propomacris davidi. You can see it's still very small. It's not growing much. And I don't know what to say. I guess we gotta wait it out then. It's a little disappointing because the person who sold these guys to me, rather not sold, trade these guys with me. I used my Alarima species to trade these guys. Told me that they would get big really quickly, and unfortunately that isn't the case. So we don't have a choice here. Guess we just have to wait it out. So in you go. Back inside. People ask me, do they not suffocate and die? Well, no. Beetle larvae don't suffocate and die. Okay, you know how humans have two nostrils, right? A pair of nostrils. These guys have like what, 8 or 10 or 12 nostrils. Well, they're not really nostrils, they're like those dots on the side. And they breathe through these dot things from the side. I'm not going to get into details because I don't want to get into details and I'm too lazy to get into details. Well, if you guys want to know more about them, I could one day film a video on the complete life cycle of beetles if you guys are interested. So let me know in the comments. And that's about it, I guess. I mean, I do have 3 more dead specimens, but yeah, okay, I'll talk about them. Now, this one is the king, this one is the queen. That one is, I don't know, irrelevant. Okay, so what are these gold things? These gold things are paint, and I've attempted to make creative pieces on these specimens. Unfortunately failed, as you can see, because I'm not a really good painter. But this one right here is a Mesotopus torrendus. Here is my Alaruna dictoma, and this one is Alatopus something. Alatopus. I'll write it down on the screen. Okay, I don't remember. I don't remember well because I have too many of these guys, and there's too many scientific names to remember. So yeah. So, not much to say. I mean, this guy, I only have a male. I don't have a female, so I haven't tried breeding it. This one, same case. This one, also same case. So here I got 3. Dude, shut up. No, shut up.
3 hours later.
Yeah, I got 3 males in this box, and these guys are all lonely males. They died being single, and it's kind of sad, so I grouped them up together. Okay, anyway, these are very nice beetles. I actually highly recommend them if you could find them. They are pretty hard to find for hobbyists in Europe and Western areas, but for hobbyists in Asia, these guys are a lot easier to get, as well as Mesotopus torrendus, even though this one's from Africa. So yeah, this is pretty much it. My whole beetle collection. I mean, still got some over there. Is the ones I mentioned before. And yeah, thank you for watching. If you guys have any questions, or if you guys want to know more about something, for example, the life cycle of a beetle, please drop down a comment and let me know. I'll gladly do a video about them. And he's still not coming out. Well, that was really frustrating, but I finally got him out. Yes, the king of all kings, the Dorcas hoppybenodilus. This guy is one of the best beetles ever. Actually, highly recommend it because these guys have very long lifespans compared to other beetles. I mean, these guys only have lifespans of less than a year, I'm guessing. Especially this guy, 6 to 8 months only. But these guys, you're talking about at least surviving for 1 year and up to 3 years maximum. 3 years, that's crazy. For a beetle, come on, that's crazy. So, thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like or subscribe if you haven't. And, bye-bye.